Alright, so this is the video, right? I just finished uploading the previous video. This is the video right after that one. Um, I have a very busy week coming up, so I'm just going to upload these two videos right now. Um, but I was thinking I should start writing down ideas. Um, I should definitely start writing down, different things to talk about, especially because there's just going to be videos where I just sit back and talk, without, because right now I don't even know what I'm going to talk about, to be honest, but um, I should definitely have at least an idea set up for next week of things that would be fun to talk about. Um, and yeah, so let's start with these five things. These five things that I have been doing every single day, and I completely invite each and every one of you to do these five things every single day um, for self mastery. And the very first thing is, well, first of all, I just want to say that each and every one of these five things are not more important than the other. They're all equally as important, and they should all be taken seriously, and they should all be not, taken to an extreme um, at first. It would be very important to start these things, start off slow and then gradually build your way up to something, that's more extreme. So I'm going to go ahead and just say it like the least extreme, I guess would be the words to use, possible. And then I'll build up to where I'm at right now. So the very first thing is working out, exercising. It's number one. Every single day. Um, and when I say exercise every single day, this does not mean exercising every single day. It means exercising to the point where if you need to rest and you need to have a rest day, you must take that rest day seriously and rest. That's what that day is for. It's still counted as like exercising every day because you're still growing. You're growing no matter what you do, but these five things, exercising, these five things are the reason why you will grow even faster. And these this growing even faster thing, like rest day is the same as exercising if you're exercising every day. So let me go ahead and reiterate that entire thing. um, Exercise every other day, or exercise every day with having a couple of rest days to let muscle growth do its thing, let your muscles grow. So that was number one. Number two is to sleep as much as the body wants to. So just sleep as much as the body needs to. I didn't even I didn't even start with what I do with exercising. I started off by just doing 100 push-ups every day, and then it moved to 100 push-ups and then 100 sit-ups every other day, and then I started doing pull-ups, um, and it eventually went to now I do a lot of different sets and a lot of different types of exercises. I should definitely that would be a good video idea. Just saying what the types of exercises that I do, because it's a lot. It's a variety. It's a lot of exercises, and they're all There's days where I only focus on arms, and now there's days where I only focus on legs, and there's of course days where I only focus on abs. But you should definitely have a set day, or parts of days of the week where you do start with something small like 20 push-ups a day, because it took me a good 3 years, almost 3 years now, to get to the point where I'm at, where I have a variety of different exercises. Um, so it's definitely, I recommend to start small. It's definitely important to start out small and then work your way up, learning different muscle groups and stuff like that. Number two, sleep as much as you need to. So I started off by sleeping 8 hours a day because I thought that that was healthy. And it is, don't get me wrong, it's not unhealthy to sleep 8 hours a day. But it's one thing to go to sleep and put your alarm at 8 hours, at exactly 8 hours, and then go to sleep. And it's another thing to put your alarm at like 10 hours or 9 hours and then sleep, because you're not reaching that deep sleep state the second that you lay in bed. It's just not possible. It's just not human. So you need to sleep as much as the body needs to. um, that is, I started off by sleeping like that, like putting an alarm at 8 hours, and now I've reached the point where I don't use an alarm. I sleep as much as the body needs to. If you can reach that point, you'll see a lot of benefits because you don't have to wake up very, all of a sudden, with a louder noise, and it makes a big difference. So the third thing is to eat healthy, have a diet. And this means, eating fruits, vegetables, no fast food, nothing that is genetically modified. And if it has to be genetically modified, make sure it's not too messed up with, like, by man. If you can eat something that has been not the least it's been touched by man, the better, in my opinion. And yeah, vegetables, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, asparagus, spinach, fruits, apples, um, bananas, strawberries, and stuff like that. Um, it's all really good for you. And like I said before, none of these are more important than the others. Um, they're all just as important. And so I got to the point at first. Well, yeah, let me just say where I started first. At first, I started eating, snacking a little bit of, an apple a day, a pear a day, a banana a day. And now I've reached the point, like I said, this took years, but who knows? Maybe this could. Everybody's different. But now I'm at the point where all I eat is fruits and vegetables, and I enjoy it. I genuinely enjoy it. They all taste so much better than how they tasted previously, if that makes sense. And they're the same product that I eat, and it tastes better. It's just that the body knows, well, my body realizes that these nutrients are essential now to be able to carry on with having a normal, better, more better. No, I wouldn't say better. I would say normal, and I would say a better day. So it is sleeping as much as you need to, exercising every day, and eating healthy, having a good diet. Now, the fourth thing would be to read. It's very important to read, especially, I would say, learn something every day, but nothing can guarantee you that unless you read. I think, because if you learn something a day, even if it's like a little useless fact, you're going to end up forgetting it. Like, it needs to be something that can be concrete in your mind. So, like attending a class, if you go to school, you already have that, because you're learning regardless. Like, even if it's not at a conscious level, maybe at a subconscious level, because the teacher is speaking about um, stuff that has to do with education. But yeah, anything that genuinely interests you, if you don't go to school, read a book. It's very important to read a book. If you go to school, you should still read a book. Um, I started off with, like, I did not like reading at all, and I started reading like one page every day. Like, it was just bad. But now I'm at the point where, because I went from 1 page a day to 5 pages a day to 10 pages a day to 15 pages a day to a chapter a day. And eventually finished my first book, and then from then on, I actually liked reading, and especially when it's something that I am interested in. So I definitely highly recommend everyone watching this video to read a book that you are interested in. I'm now to the point where I read 20 pages a day, and yeah, doing these things daily are just very important. Exercising, having a rest day, reading, sleeping as much as the body needs to, and having a good balanced diet. Um, I mentioned with a diet all these fruits and vegetables. I also wanted to add it's very important to get them proteins. Good meat, good quality meat, chicken, fish, protein, good protein. It's really good for the blood. The final thing, number 5, and then I'm going to end this video, is to meditate. It is very important to meditate. Meditation is it's it's okay. Well, let me try to explain what it is in my definition of what it is. Um, an example would be you are taking theater class, let's say, and you are getting ready to perform in front of a lot of people. And before you go onto that stage, you start reading your lines, memorizing them better, and knowing what your character, the movements, the eye contact, the body language of your character, just remembering it all before going on stage, going rehearsing. Meditation is that, it's rehearsing. So if you meditate first thing when you get up in the morning, or first you do first couple of things after you get up in the morning, like you shower, um, whatever, then you meditate. So it's one of the first things you do when you wake up. It pretty much is the foundation of the whole rest of the day. It sets the tone for the day. So yeah, meditating is definitely very, very helpful, because you close your eyes and you see the thoughts come to you. Whenever you think you have thoughts, some of these thoughts are completely involuntarily. You don't purposely think of 100% of all of your thoughts, throughout your day. So when you meditate, you close your eyes, you hear the silence around you, you hear the environment, and you think of nothing, and you wait until a thought approaches you. And whenever that thought approaches you, you don't dwell on it, you just kind of like let it pass through you. So you start to realize, oh, okay, it's going to be this type of day. Like, even if it's not conscious, it's more subconscious, one or the other. It's definitely subconscious. If it's not conscious, it's going to be subconscious. If it's conscious, it's still subconscious. And you start thinking, okay, these are the thoughts that are going to be coming and going, and that helps a lot to know. It's rehearsing pretty much it, because if are you're getting ready for it, for whatever is to come. If you're going to talk to someone that you haven't talked to in a very long time, it's, you should meditate. You should meditate first. If you're going to an interview for a job, you should meditate. You should definitely meditate, because it gets you ready, pretty much. It's rehearsal, in my definition of it. So even if it's not one of the very first things that you do when you first wake up, let's say you're about to go to sleep, you should also meditate. If you meditate at night, you kind of calm down the body, and you let the body and the mind know that it's time to go to sleep. So it's great, because meditation is used to give you energy, and it's also used to make you sleep. So it could be used both ways. It's a very useful tool, and I highly recommend everyone to meditate. It's more of how many days you meditate. It's more of the consistency than the time. So there's I've had there's been a time where I when I was first getting into meditation, wow. I meditated for 12 minutes every single day. It was just 12 minutes. You should start with 5 minutes though. 12 minutes is a little bit too much for someone that isn't into meditating. I was really into it when I first found out about it, and I was like, "Oh, 12 minutes sounds like a lot." And it was a lot for someone that is first getting into meditation. Um, and doing it every single day is the most important thing. Now, because that was years ago, many, many years ago, now I am to the point where I meditate for 1 hour every single day, and it's insane. It's not. I don't recommend it. There's a sweet spot. There's a balance. It's 30 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, or there's different types of. I've heard of people meditate 10 minutes before noon, and then at noon they meditate for another 10 minutes. I've heard of people that do that, but for 20 minutes. Um, right now, I think I'm gonna lower down to the point where I just meditate for 30 minutes every day, but I've been meditating for an hour every single day for very long time, like months, very, very long time. And it's not the best. It's the best. It's pretty good, but it's not. I feel like a lot of the time could be used doing something better, being more productive, um yeah. Well, I kind of don't know what else to say. So before I end this video, it's incredibly disgustingly long video. Pardon me. It's going to be I'm going before I end it, I'm going to go ahead and say these 5 things again. So do these 5 things every single day for self-mastery. Exercising, meditating, sleeping as much as the body needs to, wants to, diet, and reading, learning. Thank you very much for watching this long, and if you did, I I really appreciate it. I don't plan on ever making videos this long. But yeah, have an amazing week, and I will see you next week.